Hi guys, and welcome to another Divi video. This is Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Well, we've been looking at this great free plugin. It's called Divi Brain Add-ons. If I go to their page, it's absolutely free, and I'll put this link down below the video here. Just go to this page and download it right here. And they've got some wonderful modules for a free plugin. They've got this news ticker up here. We just made a video about that. They've got this great divider with mask text that I really like. That's what we're going to do today. We've got dual buttons and cards, scroll images, vertical carousels, compare images, little stat bars and numbers and team player modules, testimonials, info boxes, video cards, and they got some great review cards here as well, which are fantastic for e-commerce. So let's get started. Let's create a new page and we'll create one of these dividers. I'm going to use the Divi builder, obviously. Let's build from scratch. I'm going to add a row with one column. Divi comes as standard with the grey modules here, and there's plenty of them, and there's enough to build sort of any site. When you add the free Divi Brain module, it gives you these 20 extra bluey sort of purpley ones here, and there are some great additions. There really are. For a free plugin, this really is great. So we're looking for the brain divider today, and here it is. Now you can use text, icon, or an image. I'm going to use text today for this. Write in whatever you want your text to be, and there it is right there. As you can see, it's put it in with a little line there. Now here's the interesting part. You can choose to mask it if you want to, and this is what I really like. I'm going to flip that to on. We'll put an image up here. Use something with a bit of color or a bit of movement. Let's use this crazy thing right here. As you can see, it's put that behind our text up there. I'm going to probably want to make that text bigger and bolder so we can see more of the image behind it, but you get the idea. Now down below we've got a link. If you want to link this module to somewhere, put your link in there. If you're linking to your own site, leave it in the same window. If you're going off site, it's best practice to open it in a new tab so your site stays open. You can put a background in here if you want to. I don't particularly want to today. Let's move on to our design tab. And here the first one's the divider. Content alignment. At the moment it's on the left. I'm going to put it in the middle. That's great. You can use a shape on the bottom if you want to. You've got an icon and a curl right there, and that's a nice little feature too, but I'm going to turn that off right now. If you look down, you've got different shapes to use from, and there's a lot here. I won't go through all of them, but I'll just show you a few interesting examples. So I'm going to turn that off. I just want the actual divider itself for me today. Border type is solid. That's fine for me. You can have all the sort of CSS ones that you usually get. You can have doubled, dotted, dashed. It's kind of hard to see because my border's kind of small there, but you've got dashed and there up there. I'm going to leave mine on solid. Border spacing. You can take this up and down. That's basically the spacing between the end of the words and the border right there. If I take this up, you can see it makes it bigger. Take it down, makes it smaller. I'm happy to leave mine on the default 20 there. Like most Divi modules, if you go in here and play with it and don't like what you've done and can't remember how to get back to how it was, or don't remember how it was, just simply select it. Well, let's move it first. Simply select your entry right there and delete it. It'll go back to the default. Border color, let's make that blue. I'll make it a bit wider so we can actually see it. There we go. If I go back up here and change it to dots and dashed, you'll be able to see it a lot easier. As you can see, you've got various different styles there. Easier to see now. I've made it a little wider there. Okay, here's the text. I'm going to actually change fonts today. I'm going to use one called Anton. I think that's pretty good for thick text. LMN. And like I said before, Divi has got a ridiculous amount of fonts. There it is. If you just hover over it, it'll show you what they are. Let's make this uppercase. Don't want to give it a color because we've got our mask going on there. Let's make it bold, make it even fatter. And let's make it a lot bigger. There we go. I think the bold may be a little too much. Let's take that off, put it back to regular. No, it's up to you entirely. Now you can use text shadow if you want to, but text shadow sometimes has a tendency to make the colors go a bit strange. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. See, it's darkened it up there. That's kind of nice. But it's also giving a bit of shadow to the image behind. But obviously, like everything else, you put it exactly how you want. I'm going to take mine off. We've got no icon. We do have an image, but it's as a mask. That's fine. You can decide if you need to repeat your image. I've got mine fitting the whole thing, so we've got the whole image behind there, which is great. And you can position your image to best fit what you've got going on. Let's try center bottom. Yeah, it's all pretty similar. That's a very sort of colourful picture I've got going on there. But you can change it to best style your text. So I'm going to leave mine on left top where we were. Sizing wise, I don't need to change anything else there. If you want to, you can shrink it up and put it in the middle of your column. We've got one column going on here. If I do that, it shrinks it up, but if you want to align it to the center again, you can just do that. I'm happy for it to take up 100% of the available width. So I think we're pretty much done here. I don't want to give it any box shadow or spacing or filters or transform or animation. But that's going to get people's attention. That's a nice colorful little title for you. And it's a nice little divider between two sections as well if you've got some content above and below it. So that's it really. That's the Brain divider for you. Great little feature for a free plugin. That's really good. So I hope you've enjoyed this today and found it useful. Like I said before, I'm using the free Brain Addons plugin for Divi, and you'll find the URL below this video. Once again, this has been Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.